Hello everyone, this is a problem from chapter 4, tuition increase. Please do stop the video and read the problem. If you want to know where the solution is or a very similar problem can be found, go to in-class programs, click there, it will open my bibc folder, and then just a moment, let's wait for it to do so. And then chapter 4, there will be more items available here. Yeah, there is actually quite a bit of items available right now, so check it out, and one of them will be the problem that I'm doing now. Alright, so first order of business is to understand what kind of loop to use here. It's about loops. This is a chapter about loops, so we better use a loop instead of just doing 5 or 6 printing statements one by one. So the idea is to use a for loop. The reason why, it's explicitly stating how many times do we want to use it. And depending on how you understand the problem, you might want to print out initial amount, and then every for every next of the 5 years print out another amount. So that will make 6 6 lines that will be printed out. Alright, let's do this. So first of all, there is no user input. All we need is just, it's not interactive, all we need is just define a couple of variables and have one for loop. So tuition equals to 8,000. So this is like year 0, and remember in Python we start counting from 0. So we need to print 0 and print other years, so plus 1 year, so we will be increasing years. And for years I'm going to use them as a so-called target variable. That is the variable with respect to which we are looping. So year in, and I'm going to use a range 6. 6 will produce range 6 will produce various values from 0 to 5, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including 5. And for a value of tuition, I will be updating it every time. So tuition times equal 1.03. Why it is 1.03? Because there is a 3% increase. So every year I'm multiplying by 1.03. That is tuition plus 3% of tuition. This is a shorthand notation. It means exactly the same thing as tuition equals to tuition times 1.03. Alright, and finally we need a print statement. Print in year, and we will add the year. Instead of 0, I should have year as a variable. And the tuition will be, or is, tuition. And let's run it and make sure it works. So I made one printing statement. Notice that my printing statement relies on variables year and tuition. It doesn't use explicitly any constant. Over here I'm actually using constant 1.03, but the meaning of this line inside the loop is that tuition will be updated every year. And maybe by now you are screaming at your screen because there is a little mismatch here. And if you don't, try to think what it is, and I'm running this program and you'll see in a moment what it is. Alright, there we go. So take a moment, pause if you don't see right away what is wrong, and think how you can fix it. So in year 0, the tuition already increased by 1.03, and we don't want that. We want to know how to first print out the current value, which is 8,000. And to do that, we just switch the lines. So first we print, and then we adjust. So the last time the tuition will be adjusted by 1.03, it will not be printed because of the range, but now we get a correct value. So initially the tuition is 8,000, in year 1 the tuition is 8,240, and every year it's increasing, including the year 5. Now you could come up with a nicer print statement to explain what's going on here, and by all means do. What I want to do, I want to format these numbers into something that resemble actual dollar amounts. And for that I'm using the format function from chapter 2. It's not really crucial, but it is a nice little thing that I'd like to do. Point to f, that is the modifier, and if you forgot about format, or for that matter any function, you can type it, open parentheses, and remember that you need to supply a value and a format spec, and the format specs you can look up in our book in chapter 2. Towards the end of the chapter they have a bunch of examples. Alright, in any case, that will make it look a little nicer. So everything is rounded to the second decimal. And just to make it a little more readable and money-like format, I might want to add commas over here. So slight change to the format modifier. Let's also include the comma. And how I know that? I looked it up before the video. I don't remember such things. I either teach something like that, and that's why I remember it, or I actually look it up. Alright, and you can add the dollar amount, dollar sign after the amount, and this is a solution to the given problem.